question was, how do we do it? See, when you realize instantly, the illegal activity spreads. So when you say you must get the EIA for all artisanals first, and it takes them 5 years without getting the licenses, mining continues. If you go to Kasana right now, over 50,000 per annum from mining without licenses, and you all need to government knows. There's only one small scale in Kasana, there's only one, and those are all members of Uganda. We negotiate there too, yeah? They're all members of Uganda who have done advocacy, who have empowered our members to get licenses, because at least we can go through these things. It's because we attend such meetings and we know the people that we can work with. So, for me, I would suggest an environmental management plan. Here, it should be a condition for work, so that people work as they work on their areas. If there are conditions, within 10 months, within 12 months, you must have the full certificate. At least when someone is working on the condition, it becomes easy. For honorable, people, all of us, just because you see that they were hitting stones. I was saying that I was hitting stones of migrated from artisanal, small scale, and I promise you within 3 years, we shall be medium scale. I remember when we were in Gulu, the conference in Gulu, I told you I'm only in artisanal 1 year, and that happened. 2021, 2025, we are small scale. 2027, 2028, medium scale. Lastly, you see, let us understand that all of us here are using artisanals as a business, but we're also businessmen. In one word, the word artisanal is a business. Yeah? Artisanals are human beings. Yeah? They are born, they grow up, they marry, they produce. So the thing of artisanal being a problem or being a menace or being, there's a time, and actually I want to thank the CEO of the Uganda Chamber of Minerals. There's a time when I was in the other corner, and someone mentioned that artisanals are a menace to the growth of this land. A menace. And these are not even Ugandans. And they are calling us menace. So I would like to urge everyone, policymakers, to understand we play a very important role. There's a lot of money. You see, they talked about the amount of gold that has been produced since the beginning of this year. And you have large stock mining companies. Tell us, those for them, they have records. How much have they produced on that? Where is the rest coming from? So empower us, and you get the records. Then, I'm very sure, Madam Agnes, if you check through the records, you will see the companies that have licensed, through the terms that we get, how many goods that have produced so far. Please encourage us to love this business. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please forgive us. We have done sensitization, and we hope that everybody has heard the message. And we are going to enforce, especially in respect to environmental degradation. That is very clear, and this we have been handling everyone with gloves. These are our babies artisanal. We want them to grow, but when you look at the impact of the environment, that's why we came up with the regulations, and we expect that it should be complied with. So government is not sleeping, government is working. We have a plan to have a digital monitoring system to ensure that we monitor all the trucks moving. In Kigezi, we impounded over 20 trucks of illegal operation. We intend to have mineral markets, as I've indicated, to encourage artisanals to have markets. Which sleeping is that? My inspectors are on the ground. We originally had a workforce of 6 people, 7 manning the entire country, inspecting all the operations in Kasanda, Busia, Moroto, Kabale. You have 6 inspectors. But we are happy that we are undertaking recruitment to have 18 more inspectors. Currently, this year, we had additional 4 inspectors, and progressively, we are going to have 18 more inspectors, and with the mineral market coming on board, we are going to have more workforce. We heard from the presentation that mineral is now a priority as per NDP 4, among the ATMs. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And wake people up to do their jobs so that we don't have these complaints of we woke up and there were pitches here and there. 2, we have the government funding different sectors, like agriculture, the military, sorry to say. But when it comes to mining, you people, you have heard about the GROW, I even saw Post Bank there, the GROW project. Why is it so difficult to put that money in the mining sector, to support the women in mining? The government said formalize. You guys must come, put women in groups, forming associations, and now the government is back. We were in a meeting and someone was saying, we are in the process of formalization, we want to do Brazil.
Thank you.
I think UGAZIM is here, the women have been formalized. Please look at ways of financing the women. I want to, much as you're saying thank you, I want to commend the CSOs in this house, UNDP, GIZ, and NEGO. Those who are working with us, when you go down, there's impact. And the government hides behind them to say we are doing this. They don't even monitor the money these guys put there.
Thank you. One very last.
What are the benefits do I go with? Yeah? Because you see these are the same things, but I mean, other miners have spent a day here, people are there selling their road. Yeah. So, what am I gaining for being here and speaking on behalf of other people? There are no incentives for getting a license. They are not there because you cannot present a license to the bank to begin a loan. Why can the Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Finance, Bank of Uganda, National Mining Company sit and put a facility for the people who are licensed, so that the other people who are not licensed to be encouraged to also move on to start looking for licenses. It costs us money and time. I think I should stop off.
Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you so much. I would love to move to the next.
Saying it is an ASM time, and I wonder why we are always pushed last, and then you start telling us time up. So please give us the time. I think I want to comment on what Commissioner Alaba said. That question went to Emma, but I think government somehow is sleeping on the job. If you give people licenses and then you come after 10 years, you'll find those ditches if you don't monitor. That is one. I was in a meeting in Gulu with the City Council introducing a project funded by UNDP. And the commercial officer was like, hey, you mean there is mining in Gulu?
We are now discussing real issues that affect us. I want to echo on what my colleague Chibirike said. Getting the license is also becoming a problem. And one of the roles of UGAZIM is to make sure that we sensitize, bring together our colleagues, the artisanal miners who are not registered, have them registered, and have them get licenses. But when they see us, who have gotten licenses, suffering with government agencies, they say they would rather remain illegal. And this is affecting what we are planning as a country. Because you get a license from the ministry, and the following day, a certain agency has sent a department, just a department, to come and close your site. It's very unfortunate. There must be harmonization of laws from different government agencies, and they must work together. And there must be a way. Because some agencies come and you look at someone who has come to take away your license. His interest is to fail you in all circumstances, and his interest is to close you. When we get our mineral inspectors from the ministry, they identify issues, they call us, and they inform us of the issues they have identified, and together we find a way of working through the problems. But these other government agencies should not lead us into temptation. Otherwise, one of the agencies will get problems in the mines. If you come to threaten us, you come with such a very serious approach of threatening and trying to take our license, we shall also act.
Thank you, Chairman. My approach was not threatening.
Inspector of Mines. And I want to thank Honorable Ekanya for the proposal and affirm that this was already in mind. When we came up with this artisanal regulation, we expect that Ugandans are not going to be artisanals forever. So we are going to reinforce the regulation to give the timelines to ensure that people progress from rudimentary hand to mouth to something better. Even in my presentation, I think I mentioned it. We don't want Ugandans to be artisanals forever, all the time. People have graduated. I'm happy that John Butcher is near me here. Emma is there. When we used to fight in the field, but now I see people with machineries, and that is what we want to see. And they have really progressed. Emma's issue on the requirements I've noted, but environmental management plan, this can only hold for artisanals who are really artisanals. We are going to have engagement with NEMA, but small scale, really, you need that environmental impact assessment. But artisanal, when they are at that rudimentary stage, and assuming they are operating to the depth of 10 feet, that one can be evaluated. The concern from Comfort about government sleeping on job, I think that is not a right statement. That one should be withdrawn because there's been a lot of activity which has been undertaken. Government, since today the theme is partnership, collaboration, innovation, government has been having partnership with a number of development partners. You have heard in the presentation from the permanent secretary, from the minister, we had the ambassador from Germany here, government being supported in digitalization drive. That is government. That is mining and regulation is capital intensive. And even in the mining, most people don't use their finances. People go looking for funding. So government had made progress. Right now, as we talk, we are in the field undertaking operational ZABO, curbing all the illegal mining. We have arrested now over 20 people doing illegal mining in iron ore, tin, tungsten, and we are coming and we are moving throughout the whole country. We have been doing this, on the other side, you're saying government.
Dangerous or hazardous cases.
So basically you're saying there's proper regulation and you really follow up well?
Yes. So first we make good products. We make sure we make good products. Number two, I think it's also quite critical that you use it in the right way. So what we can do and what we are willing to do is we can build up the capacity in this sector on how to use it correctly and professionally.
Training.
Yes, training.
Thank you.
And because from our observation that there's huge gaps here. I mean, how to use it in a correct way, and also need to handle it with great care and professionalism. So, as I actually mentioned, I would encourage the intervention from the government and also collaboration with the association that we can together.
Thank you so much, Engineer. I believe the Association of the Artisanals are here and they're listening. The conversation can continue. Our time is getting fast.
Presenting at some small scale mining as a child. I think maybe that's where we need to start the discussion from. Because every time we come to these meetings, we are talking about illegality, we are presenting them as a problem all the time. But I think we're also speaking too much English. And whether too much English without money is vernacular. these guys want to understand one thing: where is the money to help them do work? And as long as we recognize that they have a contribution to make to the economy, if we recognize that actually they are producing, giving 90% of the production of the minerals, this should be guaranteeing a reason why we should support them. 1.6 million of indirect beneficiaries are too many people that we should recognize and support the hosts. So for me, there is quite a lot of debate. We have been benchmarking, yes, but what are we going to do to solve the problem? The next meeting should not be about charities. Let's look at the programming arrangement. How much money is going to SM support? First of all, right off from the whole sector, how much money is government of Uganda putting to the mining sector? Even when we are recognizing that it can drive our economy and fulfill the ambitious 10-fold growth strategy. We need to start from there. Our colleagues in Tanzania, where we always say they are big bosses, we cross the border, go and benchmark, but as he says, we leave out the benefits, the good things, and benchmark the challenges and come and present challenges here in every meeting. Government of Tanzania, for example, procured 15 drilling machines to support SM. These guys were given machines. 10 of these were given to women. And because they have these machines, they have increased their creditworthiness. The banks are trusting them because they know these guys are there. They come and see the machines, and there is a reason to give them money. So until the point is about money. Let's not rotate around. Let's give money, invest it, and have the people produce.
Mr. Paul, as you're well aware, government has put money to a tune of over 30 billion for the mining fund. Is that a step in the right direction?
By the way, let me tell you, you see what is happening in the oil and gas sector. We need an equivalent of the boost. If we
guidelines and requirements to get license, but the different departments are not fully synchronized, or they are not in touch. So you are going through the process of getting a license, which is like moving on food from the Cape of Good Hope to the whole of Africa. Yeah. You move across Africa on food to get license. That is most mining license. You see, here the requirements in the books are very simple. But if they tell you how many times you have to go to NEMA office to get that license, you can't imagine. Minus the fees, it is one fees of the consultants. Because NEMA fees could be very small. Then the assessment should be 5-4 million. But the consultant, when they hear mining company, they think they are charging all the time. So they will come with $40,000, $50,000. That's the amount of money they need. Yeah, this one I'll discuss over again. And recently, an incident came from Minister of Water and Environment, came to one of our sites. And they came with seals to close the site. And I'm telling these people, there is a history with these licenses. Actually, our licenses were not first come. They were negotiated. We went through parliament, went through local government, went through political leaders to negotiate spaces. I think one of our colleagues we negotiated with is here, Mr. Masaga's Moses. We've been with him for more than 10 years negotiating or getting some spaces for us to work. Today, we have been into the problems of the former illegal miners. So you have talked about illegal miners for the last 20 years. You have given someone a license. Now we know very well in Lucia, they are those open dams. You issue a license today, the next day, someone from water environment comes to close you because you need to do so. And then also you have the certificate for NEMA with conditions. Why are these not communicating? That's one of the biggest challenges. 2, the assumption is that every miner thinks like the way people think here. You guys went to school for more than 15 years and you can't even remember some things. You make one workshop, sensitization, and you think someone has understood fully and it was going to work. You went through so many assessments, 7 semesters, 10 semesters. One workshop, they have understood next week, punishment. 3, you go for benchmarking studies. Benchmark. You go to Tanzania, you go to Ghana, you go to USA. You only benchmark punishments. So, what are the benefits of